One phrase that drives me absolutely mad is until you love yourself, you can't love anybody else. I mean, it's such a loaded suggestion that until you reach this glorified, idolized place of self love and self radiance, that you're not worthy of a relationship, that you're not worthy of love. And the thing is, self love is one of these concepts that is really, really difficult to attain. I mean, most of us, if we're lucky, we can get ourselves to a place of complete self acceptance, and we can kind of wash in and out of that on a regular basis. And even that is demanding. And yes, self love should be the end goal, but in the meantime, what do? Stay on your own? The reality is, you can do all of the work on yourself. You can self discover, you can become self aware, you can become self accepting. However, a lot of the issues that are created in relationships only become apparent once again when we're in a relationship. So even though we may feel like we're in a wonderful place, oftentimes it's only when we get into a relationship that the work begins. When the triggers crop up is when the relationship is truly tested. You either come together to co-heal, to help each other through it, or you find it's all too much and you move away. And I mean, that's a real litmus test for your relationship itself. Couples that are willing to work on these things together are the ones that stay together. So it's important to understand that a lot of the relational healing that you need to do can only take place in the context of a relationship, because that's the place where you're going to feel triggered. That's where all of your issues are going to become apparent. Now, I'm not saying that you avoid doing the work until you get into a relationship. Obviously, you want to bring the best version of yourself possible to the initial stages. However, it's only once you're past the honeymoon stage that a lot of kind of your old issues begin to rear their ugly head. And I mean, if the relationship is strong enough, it will withstand the work that is required to get through those issues. Ultimately, healing is a lifelong journey. I mean, different triggers, different things will crop up. You'll be in a different headspace or mindset. You'll be in a different circumstance in your life, and things will always arise. And it's an ongoing process. It is never ending. And it's important to note that just because things are cropping up for you in a relationship doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship is wrong. It just means that both of you need to do a little bit of work on your relational skills. And as I said, it's not that you haven't put in sufficient work prior to the relationship. It's just that you're experiencing different triggers, different things. So yes, do as much work on yourself as you can when you're single, or before you enter into a relationship. However, this isn't an end point. You have to keep working. You have to keep remaining self-aware and kind of finding ways in which you can show up better for yourself and ultimately then for the other person in the context of the relationship. And a lot of the issues, as I said, will not show up until you're already quite deep in. So work on yourself as much as you can. But remember that in relationships, everything is co-created. So, I mean, it's about meeting each other in the middle. It's about two people committing to helping each other through the tough times, through the kind of the baggage that each person has brought from the past. And we all carry baggage with us, so don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad if all of these things only start cropping up once you feel you're that little bit more vulnerable, once you start to feel really, really involved in the relationship. What is relationally created needs to be relationally healed. If you'd like any further information on this, get in touch on the website. It's fundamentals.ie, or get in touch on Facebook or Instagram. Hope everyone's having an amazing bank holiday weekend. Talk to you soon.